to at least ask you, since the winds are like they are today, that we maybe tend these a little bit closer,
Sure.
so that they
We were
don't
just
fly.
talking about that. In fact, we might not even put them over there today because you don't want to risk. Yeah, but we're going
Or
to
like before, I mean, like we said before, even if someone's, standing there,
Yeah.
For that matter, that would help. I mean, we've already had signs on the opposite side of the park. The aluminum, or not aluminum, the metal signs being
Right.
blown over and
No,
blown out into
we
the street
agree.
and stuff. Great.
In fact, I think maybe we should even just always have somebody next to it today. Do you guys think?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's so windy out.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, so is that it?
No. Are you going to take a permit from me?
What will happen if I don't take a permit?
I think that from last time, as far as just having a point of contact with your number and getting all your group under the same kind of umbrella, that would be perfect.
Okay,
just like
but
before.
you
You don't
didn't
have
answer
to
my
sign it,
question. What will happen if we don't? Like if I say I just don't think I need a written permit and I don't get it.
I have to go down the entire line then.
But can you just go ahead and go down the line?
I can, if you can help me pinpoint, maybe who's with you guys and not, just so I can say, listen, if they're individuals, they just need to be notified that they're supposed to have a written permit. I'm going to offer them one, okay? And if they say, well, I don't want it, or I'm not signing it, then I've got to go ahead and document who said that, and they will still be under the conditions. So even though they say, I'm not going to take one, they'll still have to be under the conditions of the permit. If they're not, they're in violation of the permit. Just because you say, I don't want one, doesn't mean that you still aren't responsible for the conditions. And the conditions, you know what they are.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, what if we just say, no written permit? I mean, will you
gotta
give
do
us
your
a
job.
citation, or will you arrest us?
Well, no, not on that. I mean, what it boils down to is, like I said, is if they say that they're not going to want it, and they're not going to give me any identifiers or name or anything like that that should go on here, even if it is a name and a cell phone contact or a phone contact. If they're not going to do that, I need to advise them that they are still under the permit parameters that they have to follow. Okay? Then if I come back and they're violating one of those and they say, well, I didn't know, that's no excuse, because they didn't take something from me saying what they were. And I think you know them by now pretty well right now.
I'm just trying to get a handle on.
No, but wait, let me just finish. At that point,
Just 1 second, guys. Sorry.
if they continue to violate something with me, I'm gonna give 3 warnings to somebody. If they continually are doing something that they know is in the permit, maybe that you have said, listen, it is in the permit, I'm gonna say it is in the permit. If they continue to do that 3 times, I have gotten authorization from our U.S. Attorney's Office to arrest.
But that's only if we violate a condition of the
Correct.
permit. That's not if we don't get a permit.
Correct. That's what I'm saying for right now. Even though you're in violation of not taking the permit, you still will be bound by the conditions of the permit, regardless of whether or not you have one or not.
Why do we even need a permit then? Why do we even have to have a written permit? We're all bound by the conditions, we know that.
Right.
Why do you even, can't we just part friends right now?
Well, I would think that we are anyway. I mean, you've got your views, and I mean, you're here for a reason. The content or the reason you're here isn't why I'm speaking with you. That has nothing to do with it.
We'll agree to be bound by the conditions of the permit, and then let's just move on.
I still have to contact each person. If you're going to tell me that each one is an individual, I still have to contact each one and advise them that this is what the permit said, or they have to abide by the conditions. If they don't, then they don't. I got a document by either photograph or description, and I've got these numbered, and I will say number 4, whatever the name is, was advised that they needed to get a written permit, denied taking the written permit, or taking it, refusing to take it kind of thing, and then that you will still be under the conditions. Now, that's basically what it boils down to.
Okay, why don't you issue me a written permit, and I'll take care of everybody else.
That would be fine. Now, and like before,
just to move things along. We want to get to work.
If anybody wants one, I'll be happy to
sign it.
But I will give one to them so that they, each one, do know. They can read it. They have it in their hands. They can see what they can and can't do.
Okay.
If they say no, I don't want that, they're still bound by it. But that's not. enough. That's all I can do. So the only other thing that would throw a monkey wrench in is we've gone. If I do need to contact somebody for violating the permit 3 times, it turns into a criminal matter, not a permit matter.
Right.
And if people refuse to give me the information that I need to either issue a permit or possibly arrest, if they refuse that, I've got to take them into custody. We're going to go to PPD. If they don't identify themselves there, they go straight to the Federal Detention Center until Monday.
But you're giving them 3 warnings.
Yes, I mean for the same. Not
You're
you know,
gonna say
everybody here
within the 20
knows.
feet, we
Correct.
all know what it is, and I think we
If I
all.
have to keep coming up to you and saying, especially you can't stand in front of the carriers like that. I told you you can't do that. This is your first warning. And come back in a couple minutes if you're still there. This is your second warning. So that way, if I got to go to the judge, I can say I gave the person 3 warnings. They did not adhere to the condition that says they can't interfere with a commercial operation. That way, as far as I'm concerned, if the judge hears it, my own opinion, if the judge hears that we essentially gave 3 warnings and the person still decided to violate the condition, then we'll let the judge decide on whether or not they should have at least
I'm
changed.
still, and then we have to get started. I'm still
That's fine.
confused about the point of the written permit. Why can't we just be bound by the conditions? We all understand what they are. What is the point of the written
That really is all that you're signing. You know that? You are signing
know,
that
but-
you. No, wait. You're signing that the information on the front is true. Your name, all that. You're signing that basically the conditions of the permit. You're signing that you will abide by those, which is what you're telling me. That's all there is to it. It's a management type issue. It's not an issue to where it is anything else.
But we're bound by them whether we sign it or not. So what's
Correct.
the point?
The point is, it's law. I mean.
So if we're not going to sign it, then would there be a repercussion to it, or if we don't refuse it, what would that repercussion be?
That is in itself the I guess I don't want to say dilemma, but from a standpoint of you are in violation for not signing, saying that all you're going to do, and that's all it is. You've read it. All you're going to do is follow what's here, and the information that you gave on the front is true.
But
That's
what
it.
I know we keep going back and forth, but I guess we're bound by the conditions,
Right.
whether or not you issue us a written permit, whether or not we sign it. So why do we even have to spend this time going back and forth? We'll just agree, we're all bound by the conditions. If we violate them, you're going to give us the 3 warnings and
Right.
arrest us.
And it's
why
going
do
to
we
be
even mess around with this paperwork?
well, that's because that's what you have to have. According to CFR and our compendium, that's what you have to have. You have to have a written from the superintendent, which isn't from her, but it could be from me today or from Frank, as in any day. So
I think we're going to have to just refuse it then, because we're going to be bound by the conditions, whether or not we have one, then just refuse it.
that would be fine. Like I said, then I'm just going to have to take the time to talk to each person and just advise them that.
Right.
And
Okay.
if they violate something and they've been told they can't do it, what?
The wind started blowing the
Okay.
signs out of my hand.
All right. Okay. Well, all right. So I guess the sooner I can get started.
Somebody, the wind is blowing.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about
Yeah,
before, as
we're
far
going
as
to be
it is.
holding the signs. We're not going to have any standalone today. Just because it's just too windy out. Okay, so no, we're going to just refuse. We're going to say we don't think we need a written permit. We're going to be bound by the conditions of it because that's what the Forest Service does. And then I guess you'll need to go to everybody individually. Okay?
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
going to start getting my signs out.
Okay.
Okay. So you got me, and I don't know who else you need. I don't know what else you need to do.
Okay. I gotta make sure this stuff doesn't blow.
Okay. Let me just talk. Yeah.